Welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to continue looking at the topic of sets, and in today's video, I'm going to look at Venn diagram. So in this video, I'm going to describe what a Venn diagram is, as well as I'm going to show you how you can draw a Venn diagram, and I also further show you how you can present the information given in the Venn diagram. So watch this video up to the end as I'm going to share with you the knowledge of Venn diagram. Okay, with that being said, let's get into today's lesson. Let me start by describing what a Venn diagram is. So a Venn diagram is a drawing where circular areas represent groups of elements that share properties. A Venn diagram is a drawing where circular areas represent groups of elements that share properties. That is a Venn diagram. So when you draw the Venn diagram, the drawing is made of two or more circles. So when you draw a Venn diagram, inside the universal set or the rectangular shape, you can have two or more circles. So you can also have one circle in it. It depends on the information you are presenting. Okay, the other thing is each circle represents specific set. So when you look at a Venn diagram and you see maybe 4 or 5 circles, that means each circle represents a specific set. So if there are 5 circles inside the rectangular or the universal set, then you should know that there are 5 sets. Okay, now let's talk about how a Venn diagram is drawn. So let's look at how to draw a Venn diagram. So when you want to draw a Venn diagram, each Venn diagram starts with a rectangle that represents the universal set. So if you want to draw a Venn diagram, you start with a rectangle that will stand for a universal set. After you have drawn the rectangle, the next thing you do is the circles or other closed figures are then used to show the sets. So once you have drawn the rectangle which represents the universal set, you can use circles or other different shapes of closed figures that can be used to show sets. Okay, so that is what you do. So the first thing, you draw the rectangle which stands for universal set. Then you come and draw either the circle or other figures that will stand for the sets. After you have done doing that, the next thing you're going to do is the elements are shown by numbers or symbols in the circle. So the next thing is you enter the numbers or the symbols. But it's very important that before you enter the numbers, the next thing you do is the names. You write the names of the sets. Okay, so the names of the sets can be written inside or outside of the circles or other closed figures. So immediately you finish writing the circles, it's very important that you name them. If you want to enter the information, you name the circles inside so that it can be easier for you to enter the elements in those sets. The last point is when an element belongs to more than one set, it is placed in the section where the circles overlap. So if you find that one element among the sets you are given, or between the sets you are given, one element is found in both or in all of them, what you need to do is that element that is found in both or in all of them, what you do is you put it on the middle where these circles are overlapping. Okay, I will show this as I'm going to show you how to enter information on the Venn diagram. Okay, now let's go to the next activity where we're going to draw the Venn diagram and also put the information given in the Venn diagram. Okay, so this is the information we are given. Present the following information in a Venn diagram. That is the instruction of this activity. So as you can see there, we have got E, which stands for universal. So those are the members of universal set, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 elements in universal set. And set A has 2 members, which are 2 and 3. And set B has 4 members, which are 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so we are asked to present this information in the Venn diagram. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to the instruction given on how to draw a Venn diagram. The first one is each Venn diagram starts with a rectangle that stands for universal set. So we're going to draw the rectangle. Okay, once we have done that, the next step is circles or other closed figures are then used to draw the sets. So we're going to draw the sets. So how many circles are we going to draw or other closed shapes are we going to draw inside the rectangle? Now we are given 2 sets, so we're going to draw 2 circles. So okay, those we have drawn them. Now before we do anything, I'm going to skip the third instruction and go to the 4th instruction, where we are told how to name the sets or the circles. So I'm going to name them A and B. So this one will be, first of all, let me name the universal set. Since I have jumped the third step of entering elements, now I'm going to go to the 4th step where I'm going to name the names of these sets. So we have got universal set, and then we have got set A and set B. Okay, once we have done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to the 3rd point, which is the elements are shown by numbers or symbols in the circle. So now let's start. We are going to ignore first the universal set. We are going to ignore the universal set first. Then we are going to go to set A. So before we enter anything, we need to find elements that are found in set A and set B. Okay, the common elements in these 2 sets. So when you look at set A, we have got 2. The one I've circled there in yellow. Is 2 found in set B? Yes, it is found in set B. This one is common. So since it's common, we are going to go to the point number 5, where they are saying when an element belongs to more than one set, it is placed in the section where the circles overlap. So since 2 is found in both sets, that means we are going to put where these 2 circles overlaps, and that is on the middle. So we're going to write 2 here, where I've written 2 in the middle there, because it's found in both. Okay, is there any number that is found in both? Is 3 found in set B? No, 3 is not found in set B. It's only found in set A. So I'm going to write it in set A, like that. Okay, now let's go. I'm sure there is no element remaining in set A. All of the elements have been written already. Okay, so now we go to set B. So set B has 4 elements, and we have just only written 1, which is 2, the one we circled in yellow. So we have remained with 1, 4, and 5. So 1, 4, and 5 will be written in set B, outside the overlapping area where I've put 3. So will be on the right side of B, the section which is on the other side of B. So we're going to write them here. Okay, once we have done that, then we have entered all the elements found in set A and set B correctly. Now, is that all? No. When you look at the universal set, now let's go back to universal set. When you look at universal set, it has members up to 7. But when you look at these members we have entered, they are just only 5. Okay, we have just entered 1 up to 5. 6 and 7 is not yet entered. So what I mean is, let's go to universal set there. What I mean is, the universal set, we have entered these elements 1 up to 5. we have entered them already, the one I've underlined, but 6 and 7 we have not yet entered them. So these, they do not belong in set A or B. So these, they are just members of the universal set. So these will be written outside the circle but inside the rectangle. So I can even put them down here. They are just like the way they are. They are not members of set A and B. Okay, they are just they just belong to the universal set. Okay, so basically this is how you enter the information in the Venn diagram when it's given, and this is how you draw the Venn diagram. Thank you so much for watching. It has been easy learning Z Mathematics. The future is bright. See you in the next video, and God bless you.